Hello, it's me, and this is just going to be a talking video. I was trying to get an image of dark matter from Kirby, but for some reason OBS is just being whack. So it's just going to be a talking video in the desk. So basically, I think I solved a bit more about dark matter. And I think, so we know in the Kirby games, all the games are diverse, all have different villains. It goes from a greedy robot to a bee. So, I think I solved that dark matter might be the main villain. He has his own trilogy and appears again in Kirby Star Allies and Planet Robobot. But here's a theory. Now you may be saying, but Zero's the one that created dark matter. Isn't he the main villain then? Well, I actually think Zero isn't really that. I actually have a bigger theory for Zero. So I think Zero is actually Void from Kirby Star Allies. Not actually Void, but a copy of Void. Has the same color code, has an eye in the middle, and think about this. If Zero is made out of negative emotions, they have the same character traits. Both defeated by friendship. They both can make negative emotions and create things. But I feel like dark matter, he could create so many dark matters at a time because he's full of negative emotions. He's made out of negative emotions, so he can only make really negative and evil things. So there he made dark matter. But dark matter was over. In Kirby 64, when Zero Two died, there was no more dark matters. Dark matter was no more. But he comes back. Now, here's another thing to back this up. He comes back in Planet Robobot. It's Stardream. And Stardream's made out of pure memories. That one could make things out of memories. That one dark matter is the one that Kirby has most memories with. The one dark matter we see in Dreamland 2, 3, and 64. So it would make sense that that one is the one he brought back because it has the most memories with Kirby. So he brought him back, but dark matter was defeated. Well, here's where we bring Void in. This video is focusing on our three favorite balls of doom: dark matter, Zero, and Void. Here's where Void comes in. In the Void battle, you could see that Void uses a lot of dark matter and Kirby traits. So it was in the middle of either making a dark matter or a Kirby. But I think dark matter, because it has the same smile as Kirby, but that's the same thing we see in every fight. So, and every time we see Void, he's always with that smile. But I think he's in the middle of creating a dark matter. So when that final attack is playing, there are two possible outcomes. Either that is the end of dark matter, and we won't be seeing him anymore unless some other being brings him back to life. Or, wait, shoot. Okay. Or, while the final attack, at the end, he made one last call out to dark matter, summoned him, and dark matter's now out there somewhere. So, those are the two possible outcomes. Which I'm gonna have to look deeper into that to see which one it is. And that was the first two theories. Dark matter's the main villain, and dark matter is still alive. Now here's for the third thing. This actually has to do with the arenas and true arenas. Now those aren't canon, but the soul bosses and the Galactonites are canon. So basically, I think that the bosses that are still definitely alive, like Krako, Wispy Woods, Deity, and Meta Knight, are all just fighting them, whatever. But the bosses that are dead in the arena, like say, Dark Meta Knight, I don't think that's actually Dark Meta Knight's revenge. I think Stardream summoned him again, and that because of Stardream summoning the dudes, that's how Kirby gets to fight them again. And I think that the true arenas are canon. Now about the soul bosses are all canon. First one is Mark's soul. Mark's soul is when Galactic Nova was destroyed. Mark's absorbs some of its parts and energy to then become Mark's soul. For Return to Dreamland, Magalore still had. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing that Magalore still had a little bit of the crown left in him. And then finally, he got the crown out of him. So, yeah, for Magalore's soul. In Triple Deluxe, Sectonia, we already know after being defeated, she goes out for one last time for revenge, and not even trying to see her original form. Could still hear a voice calling out to her, but she can't go back to her original form. And in the last phase of Soul of Sectonia, really the same thing, but even more deep, and she really just can't go back to her original form anymore. Kirby Planet Robobot. And there are multiple galactic novas, so doesn't that mean there are definitely multiple Stardreams? Also, Stardream is Stardream. He could, even though Galactonite killed him, because he brought him back against his own will, Stardream could still be alive, even after Kirby defeated him. Stardream is probably the most powerful being Kirby faced. If not, then it's Void, because he's a literal god. So, Stardream, actually, Galactic Nova rebuilt Stardream Soul. And is it just me, or did I find it hilarious how you're about to do your final attack, but instead of doing that epic attack, Stardream just inhales you. And then you fight kind of a version of Nova's Heart. It's literally just a callback to Superstar. But, you know, it's just more, it's not in a plane, it's on the ground. Now for Star Allies, Kirby Star Allies, so we already know Void Termina gets defeated, but it then comes back as Void Soul. And that's Void Soul. But when he's defeated, we get to see the Astral Birth himself, the actual Void, because that is the true Void Termina. Those were probably just not Void Termina's true form. True Void Termina and Void really makes sense to have brought. Plus, it's Kirby. Anything could happen. It's really weird. And about Forgotten Land, you'll have to see another video about that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Forgotten Land. So yeah. And finally, for the last theory, fourth and last theory, Stardream is still alive. So, Stardream is still alive. This is probably the hardest one to think about because it's Stardream. He can grant wishes, and there's, like I said, there are probably multiple, kind of like dark matter. Not as many as dark matter, but like multiple Stardreams. Probably like 5. So when you see that Stardream not only got killed by Galactonite, but got brought back in the true arena, then you could tell, first of all, Stardream the normal final boss, did not die. Because he comes back in Meta Nightmare and dies to Galactonite, but comes back in the true arena for one last time. And the soul bosses are just stronger versions of the normal ones. So, since it's a stronger version, it's probably only Haltman that died. Stardream is probably still alive. And Stardream, I think, is still out here making the bosses for Kirby to fight in the arena, in the true arena. The ones that are dead. So, yeah. That is the last one. Actually, no, I lied. One more. Actually, I don't know if this is really a theory. No, this is kind of just... I want to do a separate video on this because I wanted to talk about two characters that I'm really interested about their lore, and the first one was Dark Matter, and I threw in a little bit of Stardream in there. Most of it was actually Stardream. But I want to do a separate video on another pink OP knight that was sealed from fear of their power, and I also want to do theory about the ancients, but that's probably going to be the last one because that's going to be the hardest one. Also, calls for celebration. Just probably like an hour ago, I just beat Soul Melter EX. It was pretty hard. Planning on beating it without the 3 Mage Sisters. So when I beat Dreamland 3, that tier list video will come. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, and one last thing. Actually, no, probably not the last thing. But, something. When I reach 30 subscribers, I'm gonna make my videos on private. And yeah. Really, next to say is I've been really growing interest in Kirby and its lore, so I decided to make this video. I was watching a Kirby lore video this morning, and I got interested in who's the main villain of Kirby. So I think the main villain is Dark Matter. Dark Matter is really just, yeah. He could be possibly alive in any way. And, oh, one last thing I forgot to bring up. If Stardream brought back the actual Galactonite, it's not like a fake one, then he also brought back the real Sectonia and the real Dark Matter. So, yeah. Another thing to back up my theory. So, I think I just solved a bit about Dark Matter, and solved a bit about the arena and the true arena, and including Stardream still being alive. How many theories was that? That was 4. So, yeah. That was 4 theories. Who's the main villain of Kirby? Dark Matter is still alive. Stardream created the arenas in Stardream. Still alive. Half and half. So, yeah. My next video, my next theory video, probably just gonna be Galactonite, because the Ancients I want to dedicate a whole video to. That's it. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? It's free. Or check out some of my other videos if you like this. By the way, other videos aren't theory videos. This is my first ever Kirby video I've done. No, not my first. I've done a tier list. This is my first ever theory video I've done. So yeah. Why not subscribe? It's free. Or even liking the video or turning on the notification bell will help. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Swag out.